So, welcome to the 2013 Miss Hibiscus Pageant. I'm your MC for the evening. My name is Flynn Fidgen. At this time, we'd like to recognize our judges. We have Liz Diaz, Janie Gould, Mark Ashcroft, Martin Lavender, and our scorekeeper is Gary Embry.
You missed one, and
I think I missed a judge.
we did.
Can you just tell me your name?
Kim Pilger.
Kim Pilger. After a great start. Our pageant committee, they're the ones that put in all the work to make this happen. It's Elizabeth Graves Bass, Happy Calorie, Janie Graves Hoover, Cindy Getz, and a former Miss Hibiscus herself, Liz Diaz. Now we're going to introduce the contestants for the 2013 Miss Hibiscus Pageant. First up is Hallie Zimmerman. And she is sponsored by Bugmaster. Next up is Allie Embry. She's being escorted by Linda McNeil and her sponsor is Fat Golden Cross. Next is Sarah Graves. Her escort is Will Tremel and her sponsor is Greg Wood. Next up is Abby Sanchez. She's being escorted by Tio Sanchez. Her sponsor is Next up is Mackenzie Post. Her escort is Amy Post, and her sponsor is Chuck Davis. Next is Delaney Cooksey. She's being escorted by Brian Cooksey. Now we have Tamara Hunt. She's being escorted by Eli Hunt. Next is Ember Courtney. Her escort is Michael Courtney. And her sponsor is Michael Hunt. This is Annabelle Campbell. Her escort is Chris Campbell, and her sponsor is Next up is Shannon Fallon. Her escort is Austin Stigland. Next up is Taylor Spear. She's being escorted by Winfield Spear. Her sponsor is finally, Alexis Horner, being escorted by Delaney Wilson, and her sponsor is Joe. Okay, at this point, the girls are going to come up one by one to the stage and introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about themselves. So, the girls are going to introduce themselves and tell you about their involvement in the community. First up is Hallie Zimmerman.
Hello everyone, my name is Hallie Zimmerman. I'm 17 years old. I'm a senior at Vero Beach High School, and my sponsor is Bugmaster of Vero Beach. I've been involved in many community service activities, which have taught me a lot about responsibility and time management. I've been the secretary of Dance Marathon at the Vero Beach High School for the past 4 years now. It's where we raise money for Children's Miracle Network at Shands Hospital, and this year we raised over $2,400. I've also also been a clarinetist in the Treasure Coast Wind Ensemble, where we perform 2 concerts per year, which is a free community concert for the community. I've also been involved as a reading mentor at Vero Beach Elementary for the past 2 years, and I'm a member of the Team Share for Relay for Life, volunteered by United for All, which we raise awareness for cancer research. But my biggest community service that I've done has to be for the Vero Beach High School Band. We perform at every single Vero Beach High School football game, and we also march 3 parades throughout the year. We also honor our veterans at Memorial Island on Memorial Day and on Veterans Day. As First Lieutenant, lead alto of the jazz band, and first clarinet of the Vero Beach High School Symphony Band, it is my responsibility to be a role model, manage and maintain the smoothness of the band, as well as making sure everyone is having fun. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Next up is Allie Embry.
Hello, I'm Allie. I'm 17 years old. I'm a senior at Vero Beach High School, and my sponsor is Backdoor Lacrosse. Throughout my high school years, I've been able to do a lot of volunteer work and many services in Vero Beach. One thing that's really important to me is keeping my community clean, and I've been able to help contribute to this by volunteering with KIRB, Keep Indian River Beautiful, by doing multiple beach cleanups and volunteering in their recycling store in the mall. I've also volunteered at Habitat for Humanity, Halo Pet Shelter in Sebastian, and I'm a part of the Vero Beach High School Orchestra, and we've performed at many charity events. By far my biggest volunteer experience that I've had is volunteering at Kids and Nurses Center. This facility is a medical daycare and therapy center for children who are chronically ill. These children face a lot of obstacles and difficulties in their life, but they still put a smile on their face, and they always have a smile on their face, and they bring so much joy to me and to everyone around them. I often play music for them, sing with them, do activities with them, or simply just hold them and read books to them. With all my volunteer work, it's helped shape who I am, and it's also helped me to see some of the issues that our community has, as well as the resources we have. Thank you.
Next up is Sarah Graves.
Hi, my name is Sarah Graves. I'm a junior at St. Edward's School. I'm 16 years old, and my sponsor is Graves Injury Law Group. I've done many things throughout the community, such as being involved in Relay for Life, Bakers for Birthdays, and Key Club. I've been involved in Relay for Life for over 2 years now, helping set up Relay for Life and help fight back cancer. I've been in Bakers for Birthdays for 2 years now, helping baking cakes for underprivileged kids that would not normally get cakes for their birthday, because that's the best part of your birthday, right? I just joined Key Club this year, which we help work through organizations such as The Source, which gives people meals that would not normally be able to afford them. The biggest thing I've done through the community that has changed my life is Pals Day at St. Edward's School, where the Wabasso kids come for a day and we give them a full day of fun activities, and it makes me thankful that I can walk and talk and do all the things I do every day. We take for granted the small things in life, such as being able to put your clothes on every day, feeding yourselves, and being able to have a full life and family that these students will never get a chance to do. Thank you.
Now we're going to hear from Abby Sanchez.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Abby Sanchez, and I come here from Sebastian, where I am a senior at Sebastian River High School. My sponsor is a Nurses Touch Healthcare Incorporated. When beginning high school, I set a goal for myself. I wanted to be actively involved in my community. With this in mind, I joined the Future Business Leaders of America group at my school, which I am proud to say I've been an officer for 2 years. Through this, I have volunteered for various events that benefit the March of Dimes, St. Jude's Children's Hospital, as well as the Special Olympics. With volunteering through these events, I have learned that the smallest gesture can make the biggest impact in someone's life, and that's something that I've been able to carry with me every day. I have also been a player on my golf team for 4 years now and captain for 2. With this, I have volunteered for the Indian River Golf Foundation, where I help young children further their knowledge of the sport, as well as share my love for it with them. With all of this, well, aside from all of this, my greatest passion is caring for people, specifically the elderly. I have learned this about myself through volunteering in elderly homes and just being a companion and lending a helping hand. I have learned that this generation has so much to teach you about life itself. And I have learned that even though I was there to help them, they have helped me grow as a person and learn more about myself than I could ever know. And they've been able to help me shape my future. Thank you.
Next up is Mackenzie Host.
Hi there, my name is Mackenzie Post. I'm 18 years old and a senior at Vero Beach High School. My sponsor tonight was Chuck Heyman, State Farm Insurance. Well, to start off, I actually have lived in Vero for only 2 years, so most of my volunteer work was where I lived before, which was in Baltimore, Maryland. While I lived in Baltimore, I was actually a part of week-long missions trips. They were called NFUGE. And during those week-long trips, we would actually go out into the community and help people, like whatever they needed help with. There was a woman who had been mentally disabled, both physically and mentally disabled, and she couldn't get out of her house, and she was in her house for around 6 years. So we actually built her a wheelchair ramp, and seeing the look on her face would probably be one of the most biggest blessings that I've ever had. Another thing that I did was I was a part of a nursing home ministry, and with that, during the holidays, we went to visit the elderly, and we would either like sing carols or be their Valentine if they needed one. That was a very big blessing. And then while I've lived in Vero, I've been a part of the special needs ministry at my church. My youngest brother Gabriel actually has autism, so I know what it's kind of like to deal with those kids. I would say that's probably one of the biggest blessings as well. Thank you.
Next up is Delaney Cooksey.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Delaney Cooksey. I'm 18 years old and a senior at Vero Beach High School. My sponsor tonight is the Trading Post and Feed Store. Through my 10-year membership as an Indian River County 4-H horse master, I was introduced to the Samaritan Center for the Homeless, an organization that I fell in love with. They have been part of the organization that has helped me to amass 556 volunteer hours serving my community in also a wide variety of ways. I fell in love with the Samaritan Center and now volunteer there every other week. I spearheaded a car wash for the organization to help them get bikes and scooters for the kids to play with outside. The Samaritan Center nominated me for Youth in Philanthropy of the Year Award in 2012, and it was an honor to represent them. I'm the current Vice President of my school's Student Government Association, of which I have been a member for 4 years and an officer for 3. Through student government, I have participated in beach cleanups, canned food drives, and we are currently participating in Relay for Life and just raised over $800 in Pennyworth. I'm also currently the Vice President of Volunteer Services for my school's National Honor Society. I've been a member for 3 years and an officer for 2. Our most recent project was creating Valentine's Day cards for the elderly in our community. I participated in huge mission trips with First Church of God Youth Group, which is my local youth group, and I worked with underprivileged apartment centers in Greenville, South Carolina. I was a member of my school's environmental club, in which we implemented a recycling program on campus and were able to clean up an endangered island on the Indian River Lagoon. In addition, I was a year-long reading mentor for a local elementary school third grader and helped her develop her reading skills. Every single one of the organizations that I have worked for have helped me grow as a person and really strengthened my love for helping and serving my community. Thank you.
Now we will hear from Tamara Hunt.
Hello, my name is Tamara Hunt. I'm 17 years old. I'm currently a senior homeschool student, and my sponsor is Mazzarella's Automotives. Whenever I was 8 years old, my family started an organization called Harvest Food and Outreach Center. Our vision was to create a place where people could receive education, resources, and encouragement to battle themselves out of the cycle of poverty. Every day, I followed my dad to work for one summer, and I loved it because I was inspired, and still am inspired, by what he does every day and how passionately he does it. Growing up with the organization, it has taught me to care for people no matter what their circumstances are, and that you can learn anything and to never give up. The summer of my freshman year, I went to Augusta, Georgia. There, I was a leader in some home projects. And when I came home, I was inspired to do it myself. And so we called ourselves the Legacy Outreach. And what we did is we served in impoverished elderly homes. We went to Shining Light Gardens. We went to the Source and several other places. It wasn't just putting a can on a shelf or painting a wall. It was really just showing that we cared. Last summer, I went to El Salvador with my youth group. And there, I expected to make an orphan smile through throwing a ball or singing silly Spanish songs. But in return, I received an experience I will never forget, and it completely transformed worldview. I went there to give myself away, but in return, I received so much more. I have a heart for children, but my biggest passion is for the children that have not yet been born. So, last fall, I started an organization called War on Children. What this is a youth pro-life voice for the children that don't have one. I wanted to empower our youth to stand for life, to stand for what we believe in, for what is better than that. Through the experiences that I've been able to do, and through the two people that inspired me most, my parents, I've learned that it's not all about myself, and that there's nothing better in this world, and there's no greater earthly joy than to serve others and to volunteer, and to just love others with as much as you can. Thank you.
Next up is Ember Courtney.
Good evening. I am Ember Courtney. I am 18 years old. I will be graduating in June as number 3 in my class out of 169 students from Vero Beach High School. And my sponsor is Ms. Helen Hines. I am currently president of the National Honor Society, and through that I am in charge of organizing different community service activities for our members to participate in. I have been a member for 3 years, and I have been an officer for 2. I am also vice president of the math team, and through that, this January, I was actually in charge of organizing and hosting our statewide competition, and that had over 1,200 students attend. I am also a part of the Vero Beach High School band. I've been playing the flute for about 8 years, I have been a section leader for 3 years, a marching technician for 2, and this year I am assistant attendance officer. In terms of community service, one of the organizations that I work for is the hospital. I am the only teenage representative to be offered the position of a patient representative, in which I visit the patients, make sure that everything in the rooms are working okay, and a lot of times I may be in there for 30 to 45 minutes offering my support. And I love that interaction with the patients, so that is part of the reason that I would like to become a physician one day. Another memorable volunteer experience that I had, I was a reading mentor for a 3rd grader this past year, and her little brother was diagnosed with cancer and ended up passing away while I was working with her. So that was so much more than teaching someone to read. It became a big sister, little sister kind of relationship, and that's what made me realize that if you only help one person, it's definitely enough. Thank you.
We will hear from Annabelle Campbell.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Annabelle Campbell. I am 18 years old, and I'm the old one in the group. I'm a freshman at Indian River State College, and my sponsor is Studio 14. We have the neon green Zumba people in the audience right here. I'm an instructor there. To be honest with you guys, I really, throughout high school, kind of just did volunteer work because I felt like I had to do it, and that's what I was going to do. But about a year ago, I decided that I was going to stop thinking so much about myself and try to help out other people as much as I could. And I started volunteering at the Homeless Family Center, where I help out with the kids while their parents are in class with whatever they need, whether it be tutoring, whether it be just someone there for them when no one else is. And I feel like through that experience, I really have benefited as much as they have. I've learned a lot about myself, and it just really makes you feel good when you go in there and you see how much they're smiling. And it really made me value the small things in life instead of, worrying so much about materialistic things. It kind of opened my eyes to see that these people can be so happy with nothing, and that's what I've learned, so thank you.
Next up is Shannon Fallon.
Hello, my name is Shannon Fallon. I am 18 years old. I am currently a senior at Indian River Charter High School, and my sponsor is Florida Veterinary League.
Tell us about your community involvement, please.
Over the course of my high school career, I have been involved in the Samaritan Center, and I've been able to work with the children there every Monday night that they've had classes the parents have. And I've gotten to see how coming in and showing the kids that there's someone who actually cares about them has changed my life so much. It's inspired me to go on and to try and get other kids to feel like they have worth. Because I know that in middle school I did have troubles with being bullied, and so I understand what it's like to be put down for whether your financial situation or your looks. So I understand that. So it was such an inspiration to see that me coming in and playing a game, building a puzzle, helping them with their homework could inspire them and make them so happy to see that someone cared about them. I also participated in the Shining Light Garden, which is a community garden that gives all of its produce to the poor and homeless. And it was so amazing to see that me helping harvest carrots is going to help feed someone for a day. As well, I am the National Honor Society at my school's vice president, and I am part of the choir, the show choir, the orchestra, and for 3 years I was part of the drama department. And it was just such a wonderful experience to see the Samaritan Center kids so happy. Thank you.
Now up is Taylor Spear.
Hello, my name is Taylor Spear. I am 18 years old. I am a senior at Sebastian River High School, and my sponsor is Dr. Kirk Mays. I currently volunteer at Halo, which is a non-for-profit, no-kill animal shelter up in Sebastian. Before I started volunteering there, I had no idea of the great work that they do, how much they care about the animals, how loving and generous they are. They take all types of donations, they don't look after themselves, they just care about the animals. After I started volunteering there, I come in every day, I hang out with the animals, you play with them, you just give them love, that's all they want. After volunteering there, so far it's been about 2 years, you learn how to be generous, how to just care, how to look out for the animals, and you become more aware of the surroundings around you. And it's been a really fun time hanging out with the animals, I guess. It's not very many people go there. And it's nice to see that there's more no-kill animal shelters coming around. Thank you.
And now we will hear from Alexis Horner.
My name is Alexis Horner. I'm 17. I go to Vero Beach High School. I'm currently a junior, and my sponsor is Joe McMinimum. My community service I have done, the Relay for Life, I went head straight into it. I got really involved because a lot of my family members were passing away and a lot of them were getting the disease. So I had a cancer scare about 4 years ago, and that's when I started getting involved. I realized that there are so many people who don't realize all the great things that are out there for them that have cancer. And so I went to all the meetings, I helped with luminarias, I did everything I could. And on top of that, I also go to Rosewood Magnet Elementary, and I talk to these upcoming 6th graders and about what they're concerned about with going into middle school, and I answer their questions because they're not really comfortable with talking to like other teachers or the tour guides or older kids, and they relate better to people who actually went to their own elementary school and went through these things. And then at the end of the day, I always like to go to the senior centers because my great-grandmother used to be in one, and she had dementia, and I realized a lot of the seniors did not have family to visit them and did not have the accompanyship that they needed. So I always go in there and I do arts and crafts with them, I talk to them, they tell me all their stories, and they like giving that back because they think that their story will be heard. And so I always enjoy doing all 3 of those.
Okay, so we've heard what our contestants have already done. Now they're going to come up to the stage and tell us what they bring to Miss Hibiscus and what they would like to accomplish in the year ahead that will enhance their community. First up is Hallie Zimmerman.
My personal qualities that I would bring to Miss Hibiscus would be my charismatic personality, my determination, and my love for the community. I value my relationships that I have with my friends and family very much, and I'm always there for people when they need me. For me, I feel like I've gained a high level of respect from my peers because they know I'm a very trustworthy person, and they also know that I stick true to who I am. I work really hard for the things that I care about. Like, for instance, I also work at Panera along with Bugmaster, so I juggle 2 jobs by maintaining straight A's and being an AP honor roll student. With my love for the community, I always try to volunteer and I always try to participate in whatever local events are going on because I feel so lucky to live in Vero Beach. It's such a beautiful town, and I'd like to maybe grow my kids here. And so that would be something that I would like to do and go back and support them through my involvement with what's going on in the community. One attribute or accomplishment that I'd like to bring if I were to win Miss Hibiscus is that I would like to bring debate back to the community. I'm president and co-founder of Debate Club at the Vero Beach High School, which has taught me a lot about yes, time management, but it's taught me a lot about my strength as a speaker and also finding my personal voice. You know, it's very surprising to me that Vero Beach High School is actually the only school in Indian River County with a debate club. So as Miss Hibiscus, I would like to establish a debate club at the schools neighboring our school, and as well as helping students and girls like myself find their voice and their confidence in the community. Thank you.
Next up is Allie Embry.
Hello. If I was Miss Hibiscus for 2013, I would represent the community at any event requested, and even though I'll be going to college in the fall, I would return on breaks to continue my volunteer work, and and also I'm very outgoing, I'm friendly, and I love working with my community. So if I was Miss Hibiscus, I would continue my volunteer work and represent the community as a great place to live in as well as to visit. Thank you.
Now we have Sarah Graves.
Qualities I wish to bring if I was Miss Hibiscus are responsibleness, caring, and most importantly, giving. I think we should focus on people in need. There are a lot of people in need, not only nationally, but locally. People may think that there are bigger issues out there, but there are a lot of issues right here in Vero Beach. One of them is hunger. Hunger, you may think hunger is mostly in third world countries, but it's not. It's in the United States, and it's in Vero Beach. One thing I would plan to do if I was Miss Hibiscus was help these people. Maybe have a community potluck for those in need of meals. If those in need of meals could be helped, we could save more than one child at a time, and fix and not only enrich the world, but enrich the local community. Thank you.
Next up is Abby Sanchez.
Hi, Abby. As Miss Hibiscus, I think that I would bring some spunk and personality to the title. I'm very outgoing and friendly, as my friends and family know. I'm extremely talkative and fun. I have a deep passion, like I said before, for the elderly. And Vero Beach is an older community, and we have many elderly in need of love and support and companionship. As Miss Hibiscus, I would like to bring together groups that visit elderly homes to just learn from them and talk to them and just provide them with a friendship. With that, I would like to just build your knowledge on what you can learn from that generation. Another thing that I would like to do is partner with the Alzheimer's and Parkinson's Association of Indian River County to raise funds to raise your awareness about this disorder, as well as just help research. This has impacted me, the Alzheimer's has impacted my family personally, and I think that it's important for family members to know exactly how it will impact you. Thank you.
Next up is Mackenzie Post.
If I were announced Miss Hibiscus 2013, I would attempt to bring a lot of new ideas to Vero. Like I said before, I did live in Baltimore for 2 years, and some of their volunteer work was actually a lot different from here. I did something called Chain Reaction, and what you do is for every weekend you go out into your community and you just help people with whatever they need help with, whether it's at a grocery store or you go to the nursing home and just keep them company. Examples like that I would love to bring here, and especially that weekend, that whole weekend that we would do that. I would also like to be a part of the Epilepsy Awareness Foundation. I was diagnosed with it personally at age 10, so I can obviously relate to how people feel when they can't really control their body or their mind or what they were given. I would definitely like to be a part of that, and I would like to continue my work at my church with the special needs ministry. That will always have a special place in my heart. I'm a very loyal person, so I think that whatever I commit to, I will definitely finish strong and work hard towards. Thank you.
Now we have Delaney Cooksey.
Hello again. If I was given the honor of being named Miss Hibiscus 2013, my main focus would be on bullying, a problem that I see constantly reoccurring today. While I agree that administrators are proactive on this issue within our school systems, I feel that students are more likely to be responsive to their peers. Through my involvement in the Rotary Youth Leadership Assembly, a 4-day leadership and service conference that I have been a member of for 3 years and currently serve as a junior staffer at, I have been introduced to a wide variety of resources, including workshops, PowerPoints, speakers, and stories of many of my peers that have greatly impacted my life and the way that I treat other people. I know that each and every one of you in this room have been affected by bullying in some way, whether you were a bully or you were treated poorly by another individual. It is my hope to use these resources, along with my personal story, to help others understand the true impact of their words and actions, and ultimately to change the way that people are treating each other for the better. Recently, I had the opportunity to listen to a speaker talk about bullying and its harmful effects, especially among teens. She gave a statistic stating that 160,000 kids refuse to go to school each day because they are fearful of being bullied. In a world where our education is so important, this statistic broke my heart. I hope to dedicate a day within the Indian River County School District to the education and awareness of bullying and the truly harmful effects that it has. At this time, I hope to be able to speak to my peers and integrate the resources that I have access to help others rethink the way that they are treating people. I know that the love that I have for this community will bring a lot to this crowd. I know that if I can change just one life, my work will have been successful. However, I hope to change many. Thank you.
Now we will hear from Tamra Hunt.
Hello. If I was given the honor of becoming Miss Hibiscus 2013, I would use this platform not only to educate our youth on the importance of volunteering in our own community, but also giving information about how Harvest Food and Outreach's programs can help them. I believe that volunteering in your own community can have a huge impact on your own life, as it has mine. And I believe that if I was chosen Miss Hibiscus, that I would love to see more people do this and encourage them through my own story. Thank you.
Now up is Ember Courtney.
I think I would bring a level of integrity to Miss Hibiscus in that I am involved in many different organizations within my school and within my community, and I strive to exceed expectations and always do the best that I can do in everything that I do. And so I think that awards me a certain level of respect from everybody that I work with. I try to lead from day to day, just by always trying to be the best person I can be. And I think that comes off as genuine. In terms of helping the community, that's been my goal my whole life. I will be attending the University of Florida in the fall, and I will be studying biomedical engineering. And through that, I hope to be doing research on the cutting-edge technology in terms of medicine that will hopefully be able to change or even save lives. My ultimate goal would be to become a physician and really help my patients as a whole person by integrating some Eastern and Western medicine together and having that and giving that opportunity of different techniques to my patients. While at the University of Florida, I plan on joining different volunteer organizations and hopefully moving up to a leadership position in one of them so I can make the most difference. And of course, I'll be back in Vero Beach and continue my volunteer work over the summer. Thank you.
Next up is Annabelle Campbell.
Hello again. I would like to start off by saying that there should be a separate award given for every girl who could make it successfully up those stairs tonight. Anyway, no, I think that my best characteristic would have to be my charming sense of humor. Just kidding, but I think I'm a very compassionate and caring person, and I like to put others before myself. If I were given this honor, my first order of business would be to promote institutions like the Homeless Family Center, like the Women's Refuge, like the Boys and Girls Club, places that really give people a second chance and hope for the future. And that's what I would like to do if I was given this honor, and really just work to make this community the best it can be, and giving people really a second chance and always know that someone's caring about them. Thank you.
Next up is Shannon Fallon.
Hello again. A characteristic that I would bring to Miss Hibiscus would be a quality of diligence, a good work ethic, and integrity as well. And I believe that any one of these girls who win Miss Hibiscus will be an excellent candidate because they all are such wonderful girls, and they are all so trustworthy and beautiful in other ways other than just physically. Something I wish to do if I were to be Miss Hibiscus, whenever I go around the community, I always notice that there are many buildings, restaurants, shops, any kind of building that have hard accessibility for handicapped people. And I know, as having someone in my family who is in a wheelchair, that it is extremely difficult to get into those places, to maneuver, to make it feasible for them to have the same enjoyment as the rest of us who have perfectly well legs. So I would like to go around and build ramps in any of those places, fund them, build them myself, help have friends of mine help build them. I just really want to see people who are not as fortunate as us to be able to enjoy the same places that we can. Thank you.
Next up is Taylor Spear.
Hello. I feel like a personal quality that I could bring to Miss Hibiscus is that I'm a very compassionate leader. I see something that doesn't look right, I feel like I should fix it. One thing I have noticed after volunteering at Halo is that Indian River County has one of the highest amount of strays in Florida. I feel like if we could promote the amount of bringing animals to shelters to try to help, to try to clean up Vero Beach, it would help the environment to look much better than it does now. Getting the animals off the roads, moving them to have a happy home and have a happy life. Thank you.
And now Alexis Horner.
The qualities I think I would bring to Miss Hibiscus would be compassion and hardworking and being very honest. And like one of my former people over there said, any of these girls have all these qualities. We have a really good group this year. And with the Miss Hibiscus title, I would like to work with the Reading for Life and create a junior committee for high schoolers to get more involved. That way they have a sense of being authoritative in a way. And I would also like to get more high schoolers involved in going to elementary schools. I realize that a lot of kids are afraid of going to middle school now with the TV shows showing that they're getting bullied all the time, they're going to get pushed in a locker. Some girl asked me if I got punched on my first day of high school or middle school, and I was like, no, that doesn't happen, that's not real life. And I think hearing kids that went through all this and not went to their school is a good thing for them. And I wish a lot of my friends would get involved in starting a group at school and even in all the schools to go to all of the elementary schools in the county would be the best thing for them.
Okay, at this point we're going to have all the girls return to the stage and they are going to answer a mystery question that they draw randomly. So Alexis Horner is going to go first. Tell us about a memorable vacation experience, either positive or negative.
My most memorable experience, vacation would definitely have to be the time I went to Fort Wilderness in Orlando, and there was a storm, and we were in tents, and it was pouring down rain, and we were trying to pack up the tent to leave, and let's just say a lot of my family members were soaking wet. I was shoved in a car, told, don't move, it's lightning outside. Meanwhile, one of them's on the roof of the car trying to put this up, and I'm just like, what's going on? I see my grandmother with no shirt on, running down trying to get a part of the tent that flew away. Meanwhile, they're in ankle-deep water. It was definitely the most memorable time I had there.
All right, now we're going to hear from Taylor Spear. Is there something you have been afraid to try, but did or plan to do?
There was something that I was afraid to try. When I was in Colorado a couple years ago, they have a sky ramp where you go onto like a sling and they shoot you across a 3,000-foot drop. That was an experience. I was absolutely terrified to go, but it was the best thing I've ever done. Beautiful views, and I'm glad I tried it.
Next up is going to be Shannon Fallon. Name an exciting thing you have done.
Well, I'd have to say that one of the most exciting things I've ever done is I've traveled to Greece. I went with my choir over to the Aegean Music Sea Festival in actually the previous summer, and we stayed there for 16 days. It was incredible seeing the culture, experiencing the food, and the different language. It was quite a barrier. I learned that nay actually means yes, so that was quite interesting. Thank you.
If you were to win $1 million in the lottery, how would you spend it?
Oh, wow. If I were to win $1 million, first of all, I would pay off all the debt of all my family members. I would give a lot to my mom and dad, some to Scott and Sandra. Now, I would love to invest some for retirement, and then definitely donate the majority of it to different charities. And I would love to be able to go into a restaurant one day, just tip everybody $500. I think that would be an amazing experience. But I would be very generous with my money, I think. So, thank you.
All right, next up is Ember Courtney. Do you have a hero from history, and who is it?
My hero from history would probably be Otto von Bismarck, because he was such a charismatic leader, and he knew how to not manipulate people, but definitely he knew what he wanted and how to get it. He would spin things around to make it seem like other countries started the war, and I think that he just knew how he was a people person. Thank you.
Is Camera Hunt. If one of your senses could be suddenly super strong, which sense would you choose?
Can I choose, can I fly? Is that
Already fly, you can super fly.
okay. If I can't fly, then I'd probably want to run super fast.
Thank you. Next up is Delaney Cooksey. All right. If you could be on any TV show, which one would you choose?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I am obsessed with the bridal show on TLC. All my friends think I'm an old lady because I watch it all the time. So I would absolutely be on Say Yes to the Dress Atlanta. I like that one better than New York. And I love to meet Lori and Monty. They are hilarious. And I have the show on recording, and I usually watch it by the time Friday night is over because I like it that much. So I would absolutely be on that show.
Next up is Mackenzie Post. If you could grant a wish to anyone you know, who would it be and why?
That's a tough one. I actually have a lot of people going through a lot of different struggles right now, so it'd probably have to be my best friend, Emily. I don't know if I should really say why, it's kind of a personal reason, but I'd probably grant her a pretty big wish.
Abby Sanchez. If you could go on a date with someone famous, who would it be?
Oh, wow. If I could go on a date with someone famous, it would probably have to be Dr. Sloan from Grey's Anatomy. Well, he doesn't exist on the show anymore, but he's extremely charming and, of course, a doctor. Hello.
Next up is Sarah Graves. What song best fits you?
The song that best fits me is Keep Your Head Up by Andy Grammer because it's so uplifting and it makes me feel better when I'm feeling sad.
Next up is Allie Embry. Which would you rather have, a world without art or a world without music, and why?
Well, see, that question is a bit confusing because music is art and art is music. If you mean like paintings and drawings, if art
Sure.
is, yeah.
Go ahead.
I would have to pick music to stay in the world because music is my life. I sing, play guitar, and play violin. I couldn't live without music, that's for sure.
And finally, Hallie Zimmerman. is your favorite character from a movie or book and why?
Oh, that's a good one. I'd have to say my favorite movie or book?
Either or, you pick. Dealer's choice.
That's a tough question. Could I pick a TV show?
Go ahead, TV
Okay.
show.
My favorite character from a TV show is actually Dexter Morgan from the show Dexter. I think he's just so mysterious, yet he does something that's kind of bizarre. He actually is a serial killer for serial killers. Kind of weird, but I think that's really something kind of interesting because he's doing a bad thing for a good cause. So it's kind of your opinion on how you justify that. Is he a good guy or is he a bad guy? So I think he'd have to be my favorite character. Thank you.
Before we get to any awards, we have a farewell speech from last year's Miss Hibiscus Pageant. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Hibiscus 2012, Hannah Troglin.
Hello, my name is Hannah Troglin, and I'm Miss Hibiscus 2012. First, I'd like to say good job to all the contestants tonight. You look beautiful, and it's crazy to think that only 1 year ago I was standing up here, nervous every single time they asked me a question and anxious at the end for results, so I'm sure that you guys are feeling the same. Over the past year, I was able to dedicate myself to CDH, which is my platform. CDH awareness is what I was going for, and which is a condition that happens in about 1 in every 2,500 babies, and my niece ended up just being one of those. After 7 weeks of birth, she ended up just gaining her wings and she died. So this is why this is passionate to me. My advice to all of you girls is to take what you are passionate about and still work towards that goal. Just if you're not crowned tonight, still work towards it. Make a difference in this community. Over the past year, I have been able to guest appear at many CDH events, and I was able to do guest appearances on the radio, on TV, in the newspaper, and at different events along this community and along this country. 2 weeks after the pageant, I was able to travel to Washington, D.C. and participate in the CDH awareness walk around all the major monuments. This was with about 100 other CDH families, and I gained relationships with about 50 of them. With the help and support of my family, we were able to get Vero Beach to proclaim CDH awareness on April 19th, and I'm working towards the state of Florida to do the same. We have now gotten a tower in Miami and a tower in West Palm Beach to light up pink, blue, and yellow on April 19th, International Day of CDH Awareness, and we're working towards 40 other locations across the state to do the same. It's crazy to think that, 1 year ago, I've been working towards CDH awareness. About a year and a half ago, I found out about CDH. And I'm really just thankful for this pageant and letting me speak out my experiences with this thing in infants. And I'm really grateful that I was able to tell my niece's story. I'm really thankful for all of your guys' support throughout this year, especially my family sitting in the back. And I really hope that you all continue to follow me throughout my journey, throughout not only raising awareness to CDH, but in fact affecting every single life that I come in contact with in a positive manner. Thank you all, and I wish Miss Hibiscus 2013 the best of luck.
We got it? All right, so if we can have all the girls come back on stage so we can finally start handing out some awards. Okay, so the award for Miss Photogenic 2013 goes to Mackenzie Post. Matthews to come up. He has the award for Miss Congeniality. Come over here and stand next to me. All right. The award for Miss Congeniality 2013 goes to Tamara Hunt.
I think you will all agree that all our girls are winners, and that's what we truly believe. They're all winners. Outreach donated a flower bouquet for all the girls, each girl, because they share our belief that they're all winners. Thank you all for participating.
She wanted to double check, see who won before you guys know. Okay. The second runner-up for the 2013 Miss Hibiscus goes to Alexis Horner. All right, give it up again for Alexis. Okay, the first runner-up for the 2013 Miss Hibiscus goes to Hallie Zimmerman. Miss Hibiscus 2013 goes to Delaney Cook.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I fully intend to implement everything that I talked about earlier. As Hannah said, it's important to do something that is your passion, and bullying is something that I'm very passionate about. I know that this is such an opportunity that God has given me to affect so many lives, and I really can't wait to see what the next year brings. Thank you very much.